Would you believe it? Oh, he's not happy with that. He didn't push the cue through in a straight line. He just come across that. We've seen young Judd Trump do that one. It was much easier than this, but missed to the same side of the pocket, and he drops the cue in disgust.
Yeah, not the ending to that visit he was looking for after the opening red, and it hasn't won in the frame, and it's just annoying more than anything. He's still a big favourite for this frame, but just annoyed that he didn't clinch it in the one visit there, which he should have done. But you've got to look on the positive side. There's reds, two reds, one on the baulk cushion, one on the right hand side cushion. So as I say, still a very big favourite is Ronnie for this frame.
Now then, that was a very ambitious shot, and if he's covered that red, he's very, very lucky. Believe it or not, he was trying to double the red and free the other red. Neil Robertson was trying to double the red, back up the table to move the difficult red on the right side of the table and hope to get the cue ball safe. Have a look at this. He's just playing to double this up with a topspin to keep the white up there, and mishit it completely. Got the double kiss. But did well to cover that one.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't got the double kiss, he was hoping he played that red and knocked the other red that was down on the right hand side, trying to bring both balls into play. That's how desperate he is to try and get these reds away from the cushion. But as you say, very fortunate not to leave the red to the middle, which in effect would have been frame ball for Ronnie.
Well, it was a pretty good effort. He was on the blue. So Ronnie now with a chance to seal this final frame of this session and get himself all square. Looking at the scoreboard, the blue will be enough to leave Neil needing a snooker. Well, what has he done there? I mean, that is just a lack of concentration, and no wonder he's smiling. What has he done? That's two shots. He's just easiest of pots in the middle pocket, and it shows you if you don't concentrate 100%, even someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan can miss. Amazing.
Yeah, and that reaction from Ronnie there, you realise it was just down to sheer lack of concentration. He potted the red and thought he'd won the frame. Well, this will hurt if he loses this now. To win the frame at this visit, he's got to get blacks off these two reds. He was 42 points behind with 43 on when he came to the table. And this will hurt Ronnie if he loses this. If he plays the pink, he can only tie.
Well, if he's dead straight, he's going to have to try and get up to there. He's in line with that. Can he reach it?
8.
Might need his extension, but the chance is there. And if this goes in, the only thing, the brown's the wrong side of the table, and if Ronnie was to lose this frame, I'll tell you what, he wouldn't sleep very well this evening. They're back tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Just having a look to see where the balls are. The brown for a left-hander is a little awkward, and it would be a bit risky to leave an angle on the yellow off the black to then bring the brown into play. So it's all about how he gets from green to brown. If he was to pinch this frame by 1 point and take a 5-3 advantage, well, it'd be just amazing.
Yes, we always say that there's certain frames that can become pivotal in a match, and this could be one. I mean, it looked for all money. I mean, Ronnie, if you'd have set that blue up 1,000 times, you wouldn't expect him to miss it. But just that little lack of concentration. Now, if this bounces and he gets straight enough on the brown, well, it's bounced a little bit too much. It has bounced just a fraction too much. He's going to do well now to pot this brown and get good position on the blue.
Well, he's looking at the angle. If he screws back, he can't get that far away from the cushion. And the further up the table he comes, the more difficult the blue will be. That's what he's looking at. It's just off straight. And if he wants to play it with topspin, he can get it slightly away from the cushion, leave a long blue. He's playing it with the topspin, as you can see. Now, this is a big shot coming up for the deadly potter from Australia.
25.
Can he pot this blue, get himself on the pink, and pinch a frame that, well, we all thought he had no chance of? He's knocked 11 long pots in out of 15. This is the biggest one of the lot. He doesn't want to look at the table here, Ronnie. Where's the blue going to finish? Is he going to fluke the snooker? Well, I'll tell you what, it's amazing. The balls never seem to forgive you.
25.
When you make an easy mistake, it's amazing what can happen. Ronnie's rushing this a little bit too much. I don't know if he can make this angle. He can go up the other end of the table, which is much easier to hit the blue. He's tried to swerve around the pink there. He wants to nestle on it, but 2 cushions would get him onto the blue.
Yeah, well, thank goodness he's stopped to take breath here. He's a little bit annoyed and he wanted to play it quick, but he's still in this frame.
Oh, and a miss.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, this game?
Hey, Robertson.
This is what annoys me about the miss rule, I've got to say it. I mean, Neil has had an absolute outrageous fluke there to cover it. He's missed it by a coat of paint and he calls miss. Now, I know that's the rule, but it sounds a bit severe to me.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So Ronnie will just have to make the adjustment. He doesn't want to really come off the 3rd cushion here. Just wants to nudge this against the cushion. See, because if he plays it like that, chance he's going to leave the pot on. And I think he has.
Absolutely incredible what's just happened over the last 5 minutes. Once again, Neil Robertson with another chance, and that was an outrageous bit of good luck when he fluked the snooker behind the pink. If it's dead straight, he can run through, leave the pink for the right corner. And that's right in the center of the pocket. Absolutely amazing. How has Neil Robertson won this last frame? Ronnie O'Sullivan had a break of 58. He had the simplest of blues to take the scores all square. He missed the sitter, and Neil Robertson must be delighted. He will go into an overnight lead, 5-3 to the Australian.
Yeah, very much a tale of 2 blues there, and surely Ronnie has got to be very annoyed at himself. And in fact, he showed it quite interestingly a couple of times in that frame, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he had a chance to clinch it with the red and with the rest, but then the one on the blue was the one that really was truly careless at this level. And occasionally we see players miss shots, but I think he knew he was home and dry there and just got down a fraction too quick.
What's your reading of that frame, John?
Yeah, there was a start of a couple of misses there, wasn't there? I mean, he's missed one obviously with the rest as well early on with the red, which he said, and then he's missed the blue, and the frame before he missed the red, cutting it in, so missed one or two balls. That's all that there is between them. There's nothing between them, and those one little miss here and there, I still thought he was going to end up winning the frame, and then of course Neil's had the biggest piece of luck he can have. He's had a go at the long blue, end up stunning the cue ball behind the pink, it's gone around the table and end up snookering him.
Yeah, and as Dennis said in commentary, it is amazing how the balls don't seem to forgive you. You know, so yeah, very lucky for Neil Robertson. He missed the blue by a long way, but Ronnie's not going to have the best night, really, I suppose. Big difference. He was coasting into 4-all.
In percentage terms today, what did both players peak at, would you say, of their top game?
How many good questions have you got for us today?
I tell you what, it must be a sugar rush. You bought me a cake earlier on. It's gone to my head.
You've hit the bullseye twice today.
I think it was quality snooker. I think it was quality. I mean, neither player really gave much away. The vagaries of the changings of the balls, a bit of luck attached to it, how the balls roll. But generally, I think it was excellent entertainment, and both players should have been happy with 4-all. As it is, Neil Robertson will be delighted.
I think, I think there's the ultimate respect between the two of them as well. I think that makes the opening session a bit cagey. And I go back to the point I made earlier. I do think you need to have a really good start in a match against Ronnie. You don't want to see him running away from you.
No, indeed. And we remember, of course, with Ronnie's match against Mark Williams the other day, that he was, 3-2 down, Ronnie, and came back 1-9 in a row. So you just do not know what he's going to produce from day to day. And I guess that's the fear and the fascination when you play somebody like O'Sullivan.
Well, you never know. And the other day, as I say, I thought Dave Gilbert played fantastic in the first part of his match against Neil Robertson, and Robertson come out and produced the best 4 frames at that time we'd seen in the championship, so he's capable as well.
OK, well, I hope you've enjoyed it at home. We've certainly enjoyed it here in the Winter Gardens just across from the Crucible.